Ladies and gents, it is me, Chris Vallone. I am back with you guys for some great Volkswagen news I got coming up on my website. And the first thing I want to talk about is what you see right in front of you right now. This is a 1946 Beetle that will be going up for sale on my website very soon, most likely sometime next week. This is a rare bird, guys. If you don't know already, this is one of the surviving examples of one of the oldest surviving examples of a vintage Volkswagen. This car does look like something right out of Nazi Germany. A couple fellas contacted me out of Australia. This is where the car is right now. And they said, hey, Chris, could you help us sell our 1946 Beetle? And here's a running video of it right here. If you guys can see this, I don't know how the playback is going to be, but this was a meticulous restoration, top to bottom, just awesome. And I'm very honored and proud to put something like this up for sale on my website. They have full documentation on this Beetle. It is a numbers matching Beetle, go figure. Engine is correct to this car. I did do some homework and spoke to some experts on this vehicle as far as VIN verification. The VIN numbers, I didn't know that actually the VIN numbers on this year model and these early models like this were not stamped onto the back seat on the chassis that we're accustomed to with our Volkswagens that we know of. But there is a VIN tag that's underneath the e-brake. And we were able to decipher the numbers and take a look and make sure that this is a correct Beetle. Body and chassis do match. So just truly amazing, a work of art. Something like this just does not come across my plate, even being a Volkswagen guy and having, somewhat of a following online. To have something like this come across my plate is just truly remarkable. Now, this is not for the average Volkswagen guy, most likely. This is going to be for somebody that's a car collector, a vintage, real rare vintage holy grail kind of Volkswagen collector, or someone who wants to put this in his or her museum or showroom. This is what this is going to be for. Just truly remarkable, and to get access to this now. We will have capabilities to have shipment if there is a buyer in the United States. We will have availability to set up shipping from Australia to, say, the California port. So we can arrange all of this. I have a full photo gallery here, which I'm thumbing through right now for you, just to show you some photos of of how this car has been put together. Really a beautiful piece to see something like this. It's eerie at the same time to me because, this is definitely touching on, the dark side, say, of, the vintage bugs. But, this is this is super, super historical and something for the real aficionado, somebody that really wants something very, very vintage classic and just very rare. I mean, just there's only two of these that were shipped to Australia. This is one of the two, and it did go through a 5-year restoration. So very, very cool here. Guys, if you guys have any questions whatsoever about the car, if anybody is interested or knows somebody that is interested in this Beetle, give me a holler. We are going to be putting this up on my website. So in addition to these photos, I also have here is the brochure and documentation of the bug. And a little bit of history out here, of course, with Ivan Hirsch. As I thumb through. So here's the story of this car coming to Australia. So you can see this was definitely, I mean, just 1 year after World War II. If it's a 46 bug, it's definitely touching on that military look, right, guys? Truly, truly remarkable here. So I'm going to have more information on my website coming up. And yeah, guys, just truly amazing. If anybody's interested, I'm going to have my phone number down below in the description, so you can hit me up if anybody would like this. I do have the brochure, so if anybody wants me to email them the brochure. Look at that engine, man. So cool. The 3-spoke steering wheel. Here is the restoration process. It definitely looked like it needed quarter panels and things like that. I mean, that whole front tub area looks like it needed work, of course. So this is a fella named Mark Scott. He's a South Australian artisan restorer. Possessed an old head of young shoulders, Mark is known for his rigorous old-school approach to regeneration of aged motor metal. His meticulous, original lead wipe and hand-shaped panel repairs ensure the outstanding resurrection of seemingly too far gone classic automobiles. His work on this car is exceptional and portrays accurately the car's Spartan 1946 as new matte black state. Very, very cool. So, I don't know, guys. It gives me chills looking at this. This is the earliest car that I've ever had to put for sale on my website. I'm honored to put this up. This is a thing of beauty, a thing of history here, and something that should be cherished by the next owner. So if anybody's got any questions, please hit me up in the comments section or just give me a call. I love old school telephone calls, guys. If we can detect to some degree, this is something I would love to detect, and just give me a call. So phone number's on my website, classicvwbugs.com. And a little tidbit, guys, I've been working on something else for my website, a new venture of business coming down the pike, and that is that I am implementing a specific Volkswagen auction on my website. It'll be auctions.classicvwbugs. And the difference between my auction and, say, the other auctions that are on the web nowadays is that I'm going to still keep a very personal level on the auction. You know, with technology these days, everyone seems to be communicating behind the screen, and there's a lot of just impersonal feel to a lot of this. And I feel, from someone coming and growing up in the 80s and 90s before tech, and especially with these cars and the love of historical cars like this, I think it's only best to communicate on a human level. So my auction is going to have that. So I will be still on call for every auction on each car that will be on my site, and we will also do live Q&A during the duration of the auction. So if any interested bidder is interested in knowing more about the vehicle that we have on auction on my website, you will be able to talk to me live, or even the seller if they decide to come on the live feed with us on YouTube. You can ask the seller right then and there. So I'm giving this a very personal touch. I'm not going to have hundreds and hundreds of cars for sale on my site. We're looking at one car a week to start out. So I want to keep it, very low key, to the point where, deteching it. So, a low key tech on it, and just kind of keeping it natural, keeping it simple, old school ways. And that's my approach with my new venture to my website. So that should be rolling out very soon. I spoke with my web designers. We're finalizing the site, and we should be pushing that out very soon. So something to look forward to at classicvwbugs.com. My latest venture to my business, doing this for almost 20 years now. Something like this would be an example, of course, to go up on the auction. But for now, we are just going to put it up for sale. So, guys, very exciting news to see this coming to my site and to my business. I'm just so proud. I've worked very hard all these years to bring you guys information and to keep this dream alive and to keep history going. And just got to keep going back to this. It's just a wonderful thing. So, all right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. I will see you next week. Take care.